Hi friends. Today I'm really excited. I'm going to read this story. Read from this book. It's called Atlas Obscura, Explorer's Guide for the World's Most Adventurous Kid. 47 countries, 100 extraordinary places to visit. So there are so many neat places in this book, and I'm really excited to share some of it with you. And I'm going to share some of it today and then continue sharing on Monday. So I'm going to read you this first page. It says, Dear Adventurer, we're about to tell you one of the greatest secrets of exploring. Are you ready? You are already somewhere amazing. You may be on a farm. You may be in a small town or a big city. Perhaps you live in a desert, on a tropical island, or deep in a snowy forest. No matter where you are, you'll find surprises around hidden corners or right below your feet. Your world is crammed with wonders, but it's also curiously interconnected. Explore an ice cave in Argentina, then find another one, a little different but just as amazing, across the ocean in Austria. Distant countries have more in common than you could ever imagine. You can travel halfway around the globe to see an incredible sight, then discover that there's something just like it in your own neighborhood. This book is your passport to a world of hidden possibilities. You'll journey from lava lakes to dinosaur discos to forgotten underground cities, exploring the connections that bind your world together. As you travel, make sure to be respectful of the cultures and creatures you find. Tread lightly on the land. Be kind, curious, and ready to learn. The more we discover about each other, the better off we'll all be. Every one of these places is absolutely real, but it's going to take you a long time to see them all. You don't have a single moment to lose. Are you ready? Let's go. And then on this page, we have a packing list, which I'm not going to read it all to you, but these are all the things you could bring and need on your adventure. The first place we're traveling to today is, finger drum roll, please, Iceland. Some facts about Iceland. The location is in the northern Atlantic Ocean. Population 332,529. Just a third of Rhode Island's. So that means that Rhode Island, a state in the United States, is very small, and Iceland is even smaller. Capital, Reykjavik, the world's northernmost national capital. Obscure fact, Iceland has the world's only school dedicated to the study of elves. Volcanic vistas. Inside Thrinugagigu volcano. And Misty has looked up how to say that, and I wrote a little note to myself. It's called Thrinugagigu volcano. What does the inside of a volcano look like? Why not see for yourself? Strap on a helmet and a harness, step into an open elevator car, and drop down into the rocky heart of Thrinugagigu volcano. Don't worry, you won't burn to a crisp. Yes, you're entering an enormous chamber that once held magma, but it's now empty. Thrinugagigu hasn't erupted for more than 4,000 years. As your elevator car slowly descends, you'll notice two things. First, this space is big. The Statue of Liberty could fit inside it with room to spare. But here's what'll really take your breath away. The walls glitter with a rainbow of minerals. By the light of your headlamp, you'll see purples blending into dazzling oranges and yellows. Fingers of cool, hardened magma drip down the walls. Who knew there were such wonders below your feet? Oh, but you're just getting started. So that's a picture of the elevator that'll take you down into the volcano. Massive migrations. Blue whale migration near Husavik. As you steady yourself on the rocking deck of a ship, you hear a sound like a cannon blast. The largest animal on the planet has surfaced beside you. Its blow rises almost as high as a 3-story building. Its blue body, longer than 2 city buses, makes your boat seem like a toy. But whales are heftier than the biggest dinosaurs. Yet they're sleek travelers. When they're in a hurry, they zoom along at 30 miles per hour. Every year, they migrate between warmer waters, where they give birth, and colder seas near the poles, where there's food. In May and June, some hang out here in the bay north of Husavik. Every sighting is special and rare. Because of past hunting, there aren't many blue whales left in the world. Perhaps 1,000 swim in the North Atlantic. but almost 1 in 5 has stopped by this Icelandic bay, so it's a smart choice for an unforgettable encounter. Can you imagine? I'm imagining myself here right now. I'm imagining seeing this whale as I'm sailing in Husavik, Iceland. It's very incredible. All right, the next place we're traveling to is Zambia. Zambia is located in southern Africa, surrounded by 8 countries. The name comes from Zambezi, one of Africa's longest rivers. Nishima is a cornmeal dish that Zambians eat with relishes made of meat, beans, or veggies. And an obscure fact about Zambia is that Zambia declared independence during the 1964 Tokyo Olympics, becoming the first nation to enter and leave the games as different countries. This first section is called Massive Migrations. Fruit bats of Kasanka National Park. As the sun sets over the forest in Kasanka National Park, you'll witness one of Africa's biggest, most surprising animal phenomena. 10 million shrieking bats leave their treetop roosts and fill the skies. That's more than half the number of people in all of Zambia. The bats are big, about the size of crows, with wingspans as wide as 3 feet. And they're hungry. Fortunately, you're not on the menu. These are fruit bats, straw-colored fruit bats to be precise, and they've migrated here to eat the forest's ripe fruits. They spend the night gorging and napping. At dawn, they take to the skies again, returning to their roosting trees. The bats hang out at Kasanka only between October and December. Once they've scarfed down all the fruit, they fly off, leaving behind a forest stripped bare. Here's a picture of the bats. And this section is called Wild Waterfalls, Devil's Swimming Pool, found in Livingstone, Southern Province. Paddle to the edge of this natural pool and look down. What you see will make your heart pound. The Devil's Swimming Pool sits right at the lip of an enormous waterfall. From here, Victoria Falls plunges 355 feet down. It's taller than London's Big Ben clock tower. So this is Big Ben, and it's taller than that. Why doesn't the force of rushing water carry you over the edge? Surprisingly, there's not much current in the pool itself. Hidden below the surface is a barrier of rock that separates it from the surrounding falls. You can swim in the pool only during the dry season, from about September to November, when the water level is just right. If you entered it at any other time of the year, you'd be washed over the edge to a watery doom. So now I'm imagining myself in this pool. Pretty neat. All right, we're going to read one more section today, and then we'll read more on Monday. Final section today is about Vietnam. Location, Southeast Asia along the South China Sea. Culture, Tet or New Year's, the country's biggest celebration, occurs in January or February. And we talked about the Chinese New Year this year, but we did not talk about Tet, which is Vietnam's New Year's celebration. Food, pho, a comforting soup with rice noodles, meat, and herbs. Obscure fact, Vietnamese people have a long tradition of water puppetry, puppet shows that take place on water. The first section is called Incredible Caves. Hang Son Doong. Welcome to the world's largest cave. Its biggest chamber is more than 3 miles, 4.8 kilometers long. Its ceiling is higher than the Great Pyramid of Giza, and you could fly a 747 plane through it. The cave of Hang Son Doong sits inside a lush preserve called Phong Nha Ke Bang National Park. The forest is full of deep mysteries. Underground rivers, including one of the world's longest, bubble in the shadows. Scientists are still finding new species here. One large mammal, the gazelle-like Saola, or Asian unicorn, hid from discovery until 1992. And Hang Son Doong itself remained hidden until 1991, when a local farmer ducked inside during a rainstorm and was shocked to find that his shelter was a little bigger than he'd expected. Psst. Locals recently claimed to have discovered an even larger cave, but they're keeping its location a secret. For now, Hang Son Doong is the biggest cave that you can visit. Abandoned amusement parks. The water park off of Ho Tai Tin was an expensive disaster. It cost $3 million to build. Only a few years after it opened, in 2004, business problems forced it to close. But that wasn't the end of the story. Now that the water park has officially shut down, it's more popular than ever. Adventurers come from around the world to marvel at the collapsing park. They love it because it's weird, spooky, and beautiful. Its buildings are crumbling, and the jungle is slowly taking over. Huge, broken water slides peek out of the trees. A 3-story tall metal dragon scowls above an empty aquarium. At one time, hungry, escaped crocodiles roamed the park. Luckily, they've all been captured and taken to a preserve. This amusement park is so attractive to tourists that the locals have started charging admission and selling drinks and snacks. It's almost like a real amusement park. Just don't go on any of the slides. There's a picture of the amusement park. All right, so we'll finish up with Atlas Obscura for today, but I'd love to read some of it to you on Monday as well. And I just find, since we're all stuck at home right now, it's really special to kind of get transported to these different places all around the world through a book like this. So I hope you enjoyed it, and there will be some questions on the website. Thanks.